What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nine Boulevard. My name is Cohen Williams. I'm not here alone. I'm here with a very beautiful, very vivacious, very ergonomically correct Mbalimbamba.
Ergonomically correct. Hi guys.
My algorithm.
Hi, your algorithm.
And we're back again with another video. What are we doing?
Today, we're going back to a classic on the channel. We're doing Am I the A-hole? It's my favorite Reddit so far.
You say that every single time.
Because I want everyone to know that it's my favorite.
Okay. Let's get into the first story.
Am I the a-hole for getting so high that my relatives don't try to pawn their children on me?
Wait, what?
I saw it and I was like, just the title sounds interesting. Am I the a-hole for getting high so my relatives don't try and pawn their children on me?
Oh, so like...
this person is
He doesn't want responsibility
of these kids.
So he gets so high
that nobody says he can take care of my kids.
Okay.
It's kind of genius, I won't lie. I live in British Columbia and my family often hosts at our home because we live on a lake. However, I seem to always get roped into watching the kids, which means I don't get to enjoy my life when we have guests. My husband will drink beer with his brother and my dad and my mother-in-law and sister-in-law go on one.
This is a woman.
Clearly, I love her. I love her. I'm a fan.
Well, because I'm thinking now this
it's
is
a guy.
Like a dude.
Yeah, like maybe in his like early 21.
Yeah, and now they're building this reputation that they're the stoner and they should not be responsible.
No, it's a lady who said, you know what? I'm tired of your kids.
I'm just gonna get high.
My mother-in-law and sister-in-law will go on winery visits and I end up in the house responsible for my nieces and nephew. So last weekend, I made sure I was high F when they showed up. I love her. Why am I a fan? I'm standing.
I can picture her like when they give the kids and they're like, oh no, I'm so high.
Maybe no, she doesn't even have to say it. She just sits there.
But you have to say it. No one is just gonna be like,
bro. When your eyes are blazed, you're here.
It just reminds me of that. I think it was a train wreck. John Cena and Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
When he's like talking and he's like expressing himself, and, like telling her how much he loves her, and then she just says, "I am really high right now. I'm not in the right state of mind for this conversation."
With you by my side. You be my CrossFit queen. That's my dream.
Hey. Can I leave? Or like, can you leave? I'm very high and I just kind of need this interaction to be over.
I could just picture that. Like,
I freaking love her.
Really high right now. I am not kidding you.
Your kids. My husband and his brother had to watch the kids because I was in no condition. Their mom is pissed at me because she trusts me to make better choices. Excuse me, ma'am. You are going over to the winery, leaving me with your kids, and I'm in trouble for getting high. Please. Well, she's gonna go and get, please. Wow. I told her that my free time is valuable and I wasn't free childcare. My husband had already had a few, so his brother had to stay sober. Poor baby. My husband thinks I should have tried talking to them again for the 15th time instead of getting effed up. I think now they know better than to ask me if I even wanted to watch the kids. Not the asshole. Legend. Because also like she said she asked them like 15 times.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh no, you'll be fine. You'll be okay.
I understand like pulling your weight in the family, but also if it's not your kids and you don't really like kids or you don't really like being around kids, they should kind of understand that and be like, okay, no, it's fine.
Pulling your weight in your family, as in the things that I burst.
I get that, but also it takes a village to raise a kid.
I understand,
right?
But you're not gonna. I'm not gonna dump this child on anyone. I would honestly...
It's not even necessarily dumping, it's just...
No, you ask first, like, hey, is it okay? Not, oh, we're gonna go and get drunk, so you're gonna take care of my... No, I'm sorry, no.
I get assuming that a family member will be around to take care of the child. So when we make those plans, we'll be like, oh no, so-and-so will just take care of the child. I get that part, I get that aspect of it.
I don't.
Also with that, you have the responsibility to understand that this person does not want to take care of the kids, and then you're like, okay, no, this person person is off limits.
Imagine you guys are literally like on a holiday, guys, and every time you go on a holiday, they're just like, oh no, Coleman's gonna take care of the kid. I would check. I'll be like, nah, bro. Like, don't you guys think I want to go to the winery? No? Because the husband and the brother are drinking.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law and the sister-in-law are out. And then for me, it's the audacity of this woman to be like, oh, I trusted you to make better choice. I trusted you to hire a babysitter. Imagine free babysitter. Dude, free? Free?
I get it.
No, I'm sorry.
As long as they're not like taking advantage of her.
That's literally what they're doing.
Okay, then yeah, they bad.
They're literally on some, she'll just do it.
She shouldn't have to go to this extent.
I mean, she enjoyed her extent.
She should be able to just say, I don't want to, or I'm not in the mood.
I feel like she enjoyed her
And they
extent.
should understand that, you know.
True,
Should
yeah.
hear people out.
Am I the asshole for telling a pregnant woman to sit on the ground instead of giving her my seat? Just title.
It sounds very asshole-y
Just the title.
to me.
I can't even reach halfway to the ground. I don't know if somebody told me to, I'll just stand.
It sounds very
I'll sit on
asshole-y.
their lap, honestly. I just My nephews both graduated from high school this morning, and I wanted to sit up in front, so I camped out a bit in front of the entrance. I bought my folding camp chair and my headphones to listen to my show. About 14 minutes before the school would let us inside, a pregnant woman got next to me since somebody let her in line, I assume her partner, and she asked me within 5 minutes, politely admittedly, if she could have my chair, as she was going to have trouble standing the whole time. I said sorry, I needed more, bad feet, knees, and went back to my things. She asked me again within 2 minutes and the answer was the same. However, got a bit mad at me and said she was going to be struggling the whole time and asked her partner to tell me. He asked me himself politely and I again responded that sorry, I needed more, and suggested that she could wait in their car or just sit on the ground. At this point, her husband directly called me an asshole but left me alone. Am I the asshole?
After hearing that, I get it. You brought your own chair.
Yeah, I thought it was like you know like at a bus, in a bus seating,
Yeah.
or like they were sitting
Yeah,
in the
yeah. I
hall.
thought it was like transportation or something.
Yeah.
You brought your own chair. There's no chairs.
And you have problems
That's like asking a disabled person
to get up
so that you can sit because you're pregnant.
Not the asshole.
You should have made your husband should have made arrangements. You should have figured something out. You should have bought a camp chair. Like this person obviously thought ahead and they're like, let me bring a camp chair for my own
Or
convenience.
like honestly, and this is like this person didn't lie. Go and sit in your car.
Yeah.
Go sit in your car.
Even if they don't have bad knees or anything, I brought this chair for my own convenience.
true.
Now I bring it here and now you want to sit on it?
like it has nothing. It's not your chair. It's literally not your. It's not any. It's my chair.
It's not, yeah.
It's not-
I thought of this idea.
because I needed it.
Because I needed it. I thought ahead. Now I must suffer with everyone else that didn't think about this.
No.
Because I'm being generous and kind and sweet.
Not the asshole.
No.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's tough this side of life, but like also at the same time, you can't be that unnecessary.
Yeah.
That is so.
As a pregnant woman, you can
Yeah,
say,
as a pregnant woman, I'd be like as on both sides. As a person who really can't sometimes just stand because like my hips hurt, or like as a person who is currently carrying an extra load here. No, I understand the situation completely. This person
we
could,
would have to be like, dude, we're gonna be standing there for a while. Should we bring something?
I don't even think I would ask. That's my thing. Like the entitlement to even be like, "Hey, bro,
That's
can I
what
borrow-"
I mean. That's what I mean. You wouldn't even walk up to the person and say, "Can I sit on your chair?"
Right?
A
Wouldn't.
camp chair that they brought
themselves.
themselves,
So that they can-
There's no benches. There's nothing here. This person brought a camp
They
chair.
literally put in the effort to put it in the car, and now you must go and nah, it's inside. It's like
Are you also gonna ask people if you can sit in their wheelchair?
same energy.
Because that's what that sounds
Honestly.
like.
Also, it's on, you know those people. They're going a little bit like deep into this conversation. You know those people who treat like pregnancy as a disability.
Yeah.
I hate
It
those
sounds like
people.
that.
I hate those people. Like now, I used to say like, let me wait until I understand.
Yeah.
You know, now I understand. It's hard. I will never negate the fact that this is very, very hard. It's not easy. But at the same time,
You're
you
not
can do
sick.
it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it.
It's
you can
not
handle
an
it.
illness. It's not a disease. I'm still saying the husband must make a plan. It's
Okay.
not that person's responsibility.
Literally.
The husband must make a plan.
Literally.
We're not here to be burdened on other people's lives just because we. Now we must be a burden. Was she there when y'all were pumping?
Birthday. Am I the asshole for screaming at my girlfriend after she had me waiting outside the mall? It's already a dead relationship to be there. Like, what do you mean? How long also did she make you wait? Like, you should be patient with you. Love her, right? No? It's been a full week since I've seen my girlfriend prior to this incident. She had been begging me to come and see her, telling me that she misses me, and I told her the same. Whenever we would see each other, we would cuddle and give long hugs because since I'm working, when I come to her house, I will have her come to the parking lot and talk and hug her before I go. Why are we hanging out in the parking lot anyway? For reference, she's 19 and I'm 21. She'll be 20 at the end of the year. Yesterday, my girlfriend asked if we could hang out. She said she wanted to go to the mall and wanted me there. However, she never mentioned any of her friends coming along. So I get to her house and she gets in. We pull up to the mall and I see a bunch of her friends waiting on her. She explains that we're all going shopping and I felt like I was third wheeling. I felt really disrespected. I'm not trying to ruin her day. I told her to hang out with them and then I'll come back when she's ready. Then decided to wait in the parking lot since I had nowhere to go in the area. I asked her not to take longer than 30 minutes for a shopping trip.
You were dreaming. Daydreaming.
Imagine.
When has that ever happened?
45 minutes passes, an hour passes. I call my girlfriend 37 times. Jeez, you should have left, honestly. No answer, so now I'm infuriated. She comes out of the mall. I'm swearing because it's 103 degrees. I pulled out in front of the mall, screamed at her to get the F in the car, and I flipped off her friends as I sped off. My girlfriend won't respond to any of my texts after I dropped her off at the house, and I feel bad about how I reacted. But at the time, I was truly angry about the situation. First of all, I need to find out how hot this thing is because Fahrenheit is not a real thing. Hi, Shane. Bro. Dang.
It was hot.
It was hot. It was hot. Almost 40 degrees. That's hot. Okay.
I understand being irritable in that heat. Yeah.
Okay, but like he made mistakes.
That is hard.
It's hard. But he made mistakes. Let's just be honest. First of all, you cannot expect a girl to go for a shopping trip for 30 minutes.
Why didn't you go inside and get some air conditioning?
Yeah, it was a mall. Go and eat in the mall.
Yeah.
Go grab a coffee.
Why are you chilling in the parking lot? Like a weirdo.
Bro, that is kind of weird. I don't know. He wanted to get mad. I feel like personally, he wanted to get mad. I also feel like she's kind of weird for inviting. Like it's like we're going on a date, and then I'm like, oh, but my friends are gonna be there,
and we're gonna shop.
Yeah. So, but it's not. You're not there. It's something if you're shopping with your girl, but like you're shopping with your girl and her friends. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's almost like, why was he there? Was he there to drive her to the mall?
He was there as a ride. I'm sorry to inform you, bro. You were her Uber for the day.
Because that's like after the ball, they went home. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was never about him.
But also, though, it was never about him. I swear he was the Uber driver. But also just his reaction after. I keep saying like, dudes, and I need men to hear me. This is Bali's advice of the day. The way you handle a situation will determine a lot about how a girl sees you. You know, like especially when you're angry, especially when you're really like in a stressful moment, the way you react makes a girl see who you are as a person, and from there can decide whether she respects you or not. If I was this girl and the guy that I was seeing flipped my friends off as you're driving off, it's a little bit like childish. Like he looks like a baby. And afterwards, there's no respect. He ain't getting none for like ever. After that, it's like it's done.
What do the friends do?
Even getting out of car.
She's the problem here. She's the issue. She's the one that brought you here and then neglected you.
You know, the friends are in the group chats like, girl.
Yeah, because they probably didn't even know
that the friend is using you as an Uber driver.
Yeah.
But also imagine calling somebody 37 times.
And then she didn't answer also. So also again her.
Yeah, no, they're both. They're very much both the assholes in the situation.
But he didn't have to like lose his cool on everyone. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't influence her to do that. She wanted to do that.
He really shouldn't have sat in the car. I feel like that's the second. The first mistake was 30 minutes. The second was sitting in the car. Go and do something for yourself.
You know?
You were gonna spend money on this date anyway. Just go and get yourself a slushie. It's hot. It's 40 degrees. It's hot. Go and do something.
Yeah, he's 21 years old. You know?
Yeah, he a baby.
He can't reason.
He a baby.
You know?
Just a baby.
The brain isn't fully developed at that age. Still struggling a little bit. Making dumb decisions.
I miss being. Don't you miss being 21 sometimes?
No.
No, not a thing that happens.
No.
Okay.
You feel handicapped.
I know it's a very dumb age, especially when you leave 21 and you look back like, yo, what was that?
Like, why?
Yeah, like 21 is a dumb age.
Yeah.
Actually, from like, okay, so I know we're going really off topic. From age 19, when you think you're an adult, from age 19 to 24, don't make any life decisions. I thank you. Don't do it.
Don't make any serious life-altering decisions.
Don't do it, because I know you think you know. I get it, but you don't.
But you don't know until you know.
You don't know until you know. And I really feel like it only sinks in. I don't know what it is. It only sits when you're like 25.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, okay, this is what life looks like. You know? I don't know. Yeah. You're dumb. Like, you're still dumb between those ages. I'm sorry to inform you, but you're an idiot.
Just take your time.
Take your time. Take your time.
And think things through. Like, you could have just driven off and just be mad, drive off.
Yeah. And then when she
Peace
calls
out.
later, you're like, I called you.
Yeah, learn the lesson from it.
Yes.
Just pick up the lesson and be like, okay, cool, thanks. You've showed me who you are.
Yes.
I'm out, type
Peace.
of thing. You don't have to...
Because now you look like the doers. To the friends for me. That was wild. Would I be the asshole for asking a friend to pay for flights for picking out the suits for his wedding? Before we get context, he just picked out the suit. He didn't pay for the suit. He just said, oh, that suit would look nice, so pay for my flight. Just from the title. I love entitled people. They make my life. A friend, Jim, is getting married in November. This is a friend I've had for about 5 years. We were close for a time but have drifted apart and now talk every 3 months. So here's the breakdown. Jim had previously been generous and helpful whenever I was in turmoil. No lending money or anything like that, but just taking me out to dinner and paying sort of thing. Jim and his partner helped my partner and I visit properties when we were looking for houses and helped us move in when the time came. My financial situation changed, and with my partner having the soul of a saint, we have been nothing but generous with them whenever they come to stay with us. Important to note, Jim and his partner make substantially more than we do. They live quite far in a different city, so whenever they come around, we pay for petrol, food, accommodation. Last time they came over to see us, we gave them a 7-course feast. Whenever we go out for dinner, we usually cop the bill. We never ever expect anything in return. It's just what you do. This is just how we treat our friends. It's my partner and I's sort of household philosophy to be as giving as you can. He's giving so many examples. Specific examples, we had bought them a very expensive bottle of alcohol, I think cognac type, for a birthday. They gave me a $30 spiky acupuncture mat for my birthday that I opened once and I have no use for it. It is rotting in my cupboard as we speak. My partner and I are not the type of people to tit for tat costs. Jim and his partner are very money conscientious, and I understand and can respect their reasons for being like that, even if I don't agree with it personally. It's not my place. Last night, Jim invited my partner and I to his city for suit picking for his wedding. The problem is that we are currently in a tough financial bind, which they are aware of, and we might not have the money to pay for the expenses of traveling to them. We could always ask for the color scheme and find matching suits, but to be there for the suit picking seems to be a great bonding experience. One of the only times we will all get together before the big day. My partner and I will go to the wedding and foot our individual costs for that. No questions asked. They are our friends. To see them celebrate their love for each other would be awesome. But considering the state we are in the moment, it feels a little selfish for them to ask us to spend probably a few $1,000s that we don't have without offering to take on some of the costs. I think I might be the asshole because our household philosophy of mostly unconditional generosity is in direct opposition of the idea of asking for the flights to be paid for because of the financial situation we're in. No, the generosity is not what has us in the situation. It was out of our control. Would I be the asshole if I talked to Jim about paying for the flights to visit for picking out suits? Lot to think. Good. Thank you for the context. There was a lot of context here.
Yeah.
So let's just summarize a little bit. These people have been friends for like 5 years. They have turns of like helping each other out, you know? But it does seem like this Jim dude and his girl are like a bit stingy with their money when time comes to like, hey, we're doing something together. And the original poster literally just spends when their friend is around. Literally for me, it was the petrol of food and accommodation. I was like, dang, that is madness.
Yeah.
To come and visit, that's a bit crazy. I don't think you would be the asshole. I don't know.
I don't think so too, because now even on that, the fact that when they visited, you paid for petrol, food, and accommodation, it should be the same thing, vice versa.
Yeah, and especially right now when you're honestly going through something.
Yeah.
You know, like people do have moments
Yeah.
where it's a bit rough.
Yeah.
And if you can help out a little bit,
Yeah.
then help out a little bit. I don't know. You know what I would do? I would say, bro, I don't think we can afford to fly out twice, like to come for the wedding and for the suit picking.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to help us with the suit picking, that would be great. But if you can't, can you just give us a color scheme and then I'll figure it out?
Facts.
Because it's rough, dude.
Like weddings are expensive for a reason.
Yeah.
These are things that you need to put into account when you are having a wedding.
Yeah.
Your wedding party, especially your groomsmen and your bridesmaid, they are your responsibility.
Yeah.
The dresses, the suits, you are paying for that. You can't be like, yo, dude, you pay for your own
yourself.
suit. Accommodation, when you guys are chilling together, your hotel room, the drinks, everything that happens there needs to be part of the wedding
Unless
cost.
you guys really discussed it. But
That
you can't
is a
expect
wedding.
people.
Yeah. You can't expect them to chip in to your wedding. They're coming here to be your best man or your groomsmen.
And I'm coming for you. I'll be there for your wedding. That's what he said. He's like, I will pay.
Like all the other guests, that's fine. That's normal. We will be there like normal, like everyone else. But don't come now
and add extra things.
for again and again and again and again. I've already saved up to travel to your freaking wedding.
And right now, while I'm struggling, I already saved up for you. So now just, if you can't help me out, then give me the color scheme, I'll do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I would love to be there because you can see that. I think it's like young FOMO here because I feel like he really wants to be there. But at the same time, just...
This is Jim's cost.
Yeah,
I don't
it is Jim's
understand
cost. It is
what's hard to understand.
I don't understand
there.
why people say you would be the asshole. You can tell your friend that you can... Sorry, I'm reading comments now. You can tell your friend that you can't make it for picking suits due to the lack of funds. He then may offer to treat you, but I doubt it. You may have swatches of the cloth sent to you. That's another thing. Like, they can send you just like the material. Because I was thinking, like, I think that's the caveat. Because you can send a picture, but it doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Or like video. What happened to video call? Let's video calls because they're just picking out the suits. They just been like, oh, that one. That looks good for all of us. That look video call, and then we're all part of the situation. Like, did COVID teach us nothing? I don't know. I don't believe these people.
It's dumb, I think.
Yeah.
Because obviously then, if you can't, just say, no, I can't.
Because I can't.
It's a bit too much.
Yeah, it's lit right now.
And then that's it. End of story.
But expecting... I also do understand, like, you can't expect people to come in and pay for you. You know, like, it's very weird to be like, oh, can you just...
And also the thing just says, I asked my friend to pay for my... Like, that's it. Like, I'm okay, I'm going to come, dude. Just pay for the flights.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there. If they're probably gonna, are they gonna stay maybe the night? I'll pay for accommodation. I'll sort myself out. Food, I'll sort myself out.
Just help me.
Which is also not. I feel like it's not what you're supposed to be doing. When you're bringing your homies down for your wedding, you need to pay for everything.
Should have high-key like booked an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You should have everything planned.
Yeah.
You know, we're all gonna hang out.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go bachelor party vibes,
Yeah.
who pays for bachelor parties? It should be wedding budget money.
True.
Because that's all part of the wedding experience.
True.
You can't expect someone else to
foot the bill for you. And if they can't, they can't be mad.
Yeah.
And if somebody
If you can't
show
help them
up,
out.
like I'm saying for this, like a special.
And you can't be mad if they don't show up.
Yeah, if they don't show
exactly.
up, they can't. They tried. They did their best. You know. We're not talking about wedding as in like everybody at not the guests. The guests, if you don't want to pay, you don't show up. But for the wedding party, like your bridesmaids and your groomsmen.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for wanting my housemate to adhere to my cleaning standards? Recently, I got a housemate. She is nice, we have common interests, and is considerate in general. However, I noticed that she is messier than I am, particularly in the kitchen. She doesn't have a habit of wiping. I'm sorry, I love you. Please. While we read this, I promise I'm not the asshole. Okay, she doesn't have a habit of wiping surfaces after prepping food, wiping the stove from oil and whatever food she dropped in there. She does the dishes. We talked about doing them the same day after she moved in. but she doesn't do them thoroughly. We also had some situations where she would drop some food while she was chopping and not notice or react straight away while my dog was nearby. Ooh, that's risky business, girl. Don't do that. I talked to her about the latter two, and she said she tries to be careful about food not dropping on the floor, and with the dishes she thinks she does it well. I suggested that she could be doing the dishes on days there aren't many of them, and then we can use the dishwasher on other days. I just don't want to be using it every single day or load it and leave stuff inside because they don't come off easily when waiting to be washed. She knows I care about maintaining the kitchen clean before I do a proper clean of it on the weekend, but I think she believes she's already doing it. And sometimes the obvious miss that she does clean it up, but more than often she is forgetful. I do not know how and whether I should be enforcing my standards on her. I feel a bit bad because she is generally trying, but it's annoying to have to wipe everything after her, redo the dishes, and check the floors for any food. There are also heaps on things that she does that are not practical, efficient, eco, and it bothers me. I keep bringing them up gently. Could you do XYZ, or could you not do A, B, C because? But I feel like it's a lot. Am I the asshole for being so annoying, or is it normal? I wouldn't say you are, because this person is sharing a space. So you do have to try every once in a while. You know, like I know I'm not the best, but I do try. Just, you know, everyone wants to be like, okay, let me just try and not make it as bad as possible.
Yeah.
My thing is the food on the floor for the dogs. That's like risky because you don't know what the dog can eat, can't eat, all this kind of stuff. So just don't do that.
For me, for example, in varsity, I lived with 2 other guys, and it was like different degrees of cleanliness and messiness. So,
and but Cohen is weird.
Yeah, I was the cleanest
because he's weird.
And then there was a guy in the middle, and then the guy was just like messy.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a thing of, okay, listen, I can't enforce the way that I clean on everybody else, and I can't project the way that I clean on everybody else. I can't expect them to clean the way that I clean. So it was a thing of I had to sort of come to an acceptance of, okay, this is the situation, this is the living standard, this is where we're going to be living. And I also toned back a little from putting in the effort that I put in. But everything in my room was the way that I wanted it to be. And in the kitchen, I just did what I had to do and tidy up where I have to tidy up, and then I'm cool, whatever. There were times where dishes just went unwashed for like weeks. Because we were waiting for this one person to wash their dishes on their turn.
It make you so mad.
I'm also very petty. So to a certain extent, I'll just be like, you know what? Fine. Leave that shit there. And I'll work around it. I'll still do everything that I need to do to eat, right? Okay. So for example, if all the dishes in the house are messed up, I'll just wash things that I just need to cook. Wash them, cook with them, and then I leave them back dirty exactly where they were. So that was my workaround. You got to understand, it's a shared house type of thing. If it was my house, my personal house, so it has to be clean.
To me, it feels like it's her house and she got this person in. So you're used to
the way you do things. Yeah.
And then now this person walks into your life.
You have to just know, like, also there's people with OCD, there's people who are just really bad. We all grew up in different houses. We're all raised differently. We weren't all taught how to clean properly.
True.
You know, for example, someone will wash the dishes, right? And then the dishes will dry, and then you'll feel the oil on the dishes. Because
I hate. That's a pet peeve.
They didn't use hot water or soap to wash the dishes. So now the dishes are kind of dirty still.
They are kind of dirty.
But you wash them.
They are dirty.
And I have to rewash them to use them. So that sucks, you know, that type of thing. I don't think she's the asshole for expecting that and for wanting that.
Yeah, I don't think she's the asshole. I kind of feel like, get a cleaner. Get somebody to come in every week and just, not even every week, every like second day.
Yeah, the person that can't clean to the standard, they should then do that.
Yes, because it's about, let's respect the space together.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to pay for a cleaner when I clean just fine. Do that. You know?
Yeah.
I do what I need to do for my bit. You need to up your game somehow. They are slacking. Your roommate is slacking.
Yeah, and they should be doing just a little bit better. Come on, try.
But it also could be all that they can do.
True.
I don't know. I don't think you can, because this thing
you can't also learn, teach people.
Yeah, you learn this thing from being a kid, man, from a child.
Yeah.
So now you must tell an adult to do things differently. It's a uphill battle, and it's not your battle to fight. You know.
Yeah. You should just find a new roommate. Honestly, this salary is not working, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're looking for people, just specifically say, I need someone who's clean.
Yeah.
You know, because there are people that are dirty, and that is normal for them.
Yeah.
They don't understand this concept of
cleaning. Yeah, it doesn't
you know, it doesn't bother them. And then there are people that need a clean space, even for their mental,
function,
to be in the right like place, to feel like, okay, I can live, I can breathe, you know.
Getting beaten in here.
And other people will just live in a mess and be fine. I don't know, that's weird. Personally, I'm very clean. I like my things clean. I like the floor swept. I like everything packed away before I can even like
do anything.
Yeah, like my mental can like be open and I can be creative and everything when I have a blank canvas to be creative around.
Personally, I feel like a house should be kind of lived in. Clean, but kind of lived. I'm not like a dirty person, but like I don't understand when everything is like completely spotless. And we work, so you can do it, but you need somebody who's patient like Cohen to like, you know, kind of guide you through without flipping out every day. But yeah,
you know, putting things away. It's like, you know, like when you spill something on the counter, just wipe it now before it dries up and it becomes a whole mess.
You see that?
Just wipe it
away. It's not
away.
even a thing. Like I don't think about that. I just forget. Like I'm like, because I'm doing other things, and then I come back and I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen, and now I have to like wipe it off. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's one of those random.
It's the whole thing of like the workspace thing. Because for me, when I'm cooking, I need my workspace to be clean. So like if I do something, I finish chop up onions, chop up tomatoes, whatever, and I move that out the way. I re-clean my working area, and then I bring the next thing in.
That time he has an entire thing. It's not like he's chopping on dirty things. No, guys, he has a thing that what he's saying, he's moving the whole thing away, but the whole area must be clean.
Yeah,
I know. It's really weird.
You also can't chop the fruits and the vegetables, whatever, and then also chop something else on the same chopping board that you chop the fruit and the vegetables.
Okay, no, that I understand.
Or with the same knife that you use.
That I understand. I feel that.
Some things don't.
But like
mix.
the area around.
It needs to be clean.
Like the area around. Like I peeled the onion, the skin of the onion and all that kind of stuff, and it's there now.
Now you when you're done.
When I'm done with everything, or when I'm done chopping the onion.
When you're done with everything.
Like
then you can pile up everything, all the shavings, everything. Then
because I've seen you literally like one by one get rid of things, and I'm like, yeah, that is a bit wild, but it's good. I like it. I like that you're extra anal in the kitchen. It's really cute. But yes,
it just helps me work better. That's it. It's just a good workspace. Like I'm a big workspace person. Like with everything I do, even with my editing, my workspace needs to be organized. Set everything in color. It's just my brain works better that way. Everything is like organized, different colors. I can see where everything is way more clearer.
I feel like they just learned something new about you today.
Yeah.
It must be nice.
And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the subscribers that keep coming.
Welcome, family!
Tell your friends and family about us. Yeah. Tell your enemies about us. Confuse the hell out of everybody.
Red Life is gonna come for us.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of the great things. Instagrams. We didn't do the Instagrams last time. I was like, do the Instagrams. You know, follow, chat.
Yeah. And watch this video.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Somewhere here. The buttons are all here. You guys know what to do.
Yeah.
Love you.